Hey guys, Dan at Archery Country. Today I'm actually going to be doing my 2022 Hoyt build. So this is actually a standard RX-7. Again, this is going to be Hoyt's new flagship model for their carbon series. Kind of the reason why I went with this bow this year is it can be a little bit lighter weight. It's 3.9 pounds. Still really good speeds out of it, 342 feet per second. I actually shot an RX-5 last year and I really enjoyed it. It was very smooth. They tune really good. And kind of the changes that I like this year is it's going to be a little bit different grip on it. It's a totally different riser. It's a little bit more streamlined. And again, it's going to be a little bit lighter weight. So I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to be doing for accessories, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, guys. So again, we're going to be talking about the accessories I'm going to be using this year. First thing is going to be my rest. I'm actually going to do the Hoyt integrated rest. So this actually came out a couple years ago, and it's actually on a dovetail mount right on the front of the riser that this is actually going to clamp onto. It's all micro adjust, so you can make any type of micro changes if you're going to be broadhead tuning or even just shooting it through paper. So again, very good rest. It's all aluminum, so it's built really nice too. There's no plastic or anything on it besides the top capture bar. So again, that's what I'm going to be using this year for my fall away rest. Second thing is going to be my sight. So I'm actually going to be doing a black gold mountain light, super lightweight sight. I'm going to do a 3-pin style. And actually what I have is a 0.19 pin on the top, 0.19 in the middle, and then actually a 0.10 on the bottom. So my 40-yard pin is going to be a little bit smaller just for longer distance shooting. Another thing that actually I added to this thing last year is a rechargeable sight light by Viper Archery. I checked these out if you could. They're very nice, they're rechargeable. It only takes an hour or two to actually recharge them, and you get about 4 hours of light out of them too. So again, very good product, check them out. And then stabilizers, I'm going to be running a 365 micro DVS on the front with a 10-degree down angle to it. And then for my back bar, I'm going to use a Hoyt SL mount. Very streamlined, very small, very compact. So this is going to be my back bar bracket with just a standard 8-inch micro DVS out the back. So we're gonna put it in the bow vise, we're gonna mount everything up, and we'll see what it looks like. All right guys, so I went through the accessories that I'm gonna be putting on the RX-7. I'm gonna start with the Hoyt integrated rest, and then from there I'm gonna go to the sight, and then stabilizers, and explain how I'm gonna set everything up. So again, I'm gonna start with the rest. All right, so the rest is gonna be 100% micro adjust for horizontal and vertical adjustments. And again, it's built really nice. It's all aluminum. It's made by QAD. It's a very good rest. You're gonna find these rests available with also different companies too. So it's not just a Hoyt product, but for a hunting rest, it's pretty much one of the best ones you can get. Full containment's really nice on it. And then I'm gonna start with my black gold sight. So this is gonna be one of Black Gold's lighter slider sights that they actually make. This is a 3-pin model, and you can customize your pins however you want it. Like I said, I did a 0.19 on the top 2 pins, and then the bottom one is going to be a 10 thousandths pin, which just works a little bit better for longer distance shots. And then we're going to do the Hoyt SL mount. Super streamlined, full adjustment if you're talking where you want it to tilt, how far out you want it to sit. And there also is indicator lines on it, so you can pay attention to where you have everything set. We're just gonna get this somewhat close now, and then we'll make some adjustments if needed. Then I have the 365 10-degree bracket out the front. I'm gonna put that on. And then there is this Hoyt little stubby stabilizer that comes stock on all the bows. It does soak up a lot of vibration and also a lot of noise too. So for weights that I have going right now on the stabilizers, this is right around 5 ounces out the back. There's gonna be 4 ounces out the front. I might add some more back weight to it, again, just to see how everything's gonna be balancing out. But that's the nice thing about everything is you can play around with everything and see what works and also what does not. All right guys, so we got the accessories mounted on the bow. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take a square here and do a bottom knock set. So I'm just gonna make a little mark here where I'm gonna put the tie. Then we're gonna get a D-loop on here and get everything kind of squared away. Again, I'm just gonna do a bottom knock set here just to keep my D-loop from moving. Go right to my mark, This is kind of personal preference. You don't have to do knock ties here. You could just put a D-loop on. Kind of depends on your overall arrow setup, what your knock size is too. So now we're gonna do a D-loop. So now while that is gonna be drying, I'm actually gonna be hooking up my rest cord. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna separate the strands and then put my rest cord right through. And I'm actually gonna do a D-loop knot instead of actually serving this on. Now again, your bow needs to have some serving here, basically an end serve that you can butt up against to. If you don't have any serving on here, you can't just tie this tie on here, otherwise it's just gonna slide on you back and forth. But you can see how nice and tight that is. It's not gonna go anywhere. There's not gonna be any movement there. And then I'm actually gonna just adjust it right on the back side of the rest here for timing it. All right guys, we're gonna check cam timing on the RX-7 right now. So I'm gonna put it in the drawboard here. We're gonna crank it all the way back, and we're just gonna make sure that the cams are synchronized together. And then from there, we're gonna go into paper tuning then too. So we're really close here. Cams are looking pretty much right on. The rest is fully engaged right now. And yeah, the cams are pretty much money right from factory. So should be pretty much right on. We should be close that we can start tuning. All right guys, so we have the bow all set up. It's looking pretty good. It kind of gives you a rough idea what it looks like. So right now, I have the center shot right at 13/16. Hoyt will tell you you can basically go from 5/8 out to basically an inch. So I'm kind of right in the middle there. You can always spacer tune these new HBX cams too. And how that works is there's basically two different spacers. There's a black set and also a silver set. The silver set actually comes stock on it. And you can shim that cam back and forth depending on what you're getting through a tear through paper. So we're gonna get an idea what everything looks like here. This is at 70 pounds. So a little bit of a low tear, right and left is actually perfect right now. But just a little bit of a low tear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it back on the drawboard, make sure that timing is still right on. If it is, I'm just gonna lower my rest down and we'll see what happens. All right, so we put it on the drawboard, timing's still right on. So I actually just lowered my rest down just a little bit and we'll see what we get here. And that's pretty much perfect. All right guys, so we have the RX-7 all set up. We're gonna shoot my hunting arrow out of it, which is gonna be a VAP SS 350, and it weighs in at 432. I got tack vanes on here with a 4-inch wrap. Bow specs are gonna be 29 inches, and then also at 70 pounds. This is an RX-7 standard one, so 6¼ inch brace height, 342 feet per second at a 30-inch axle. So we'll do a 3-shot average, and we'll see what we get. All right, first arrow was 291, which I'm okay with that. Duplicate, 291. So I'd say that's a safe bet that that's right where we're gonna be. So we're gonna take a couple shots at 20 yards here and we'll see what happens. All right guys, that finishes up my own personal Hoyt RX-7 bow build for 2022. What I put on for accessories was a black gold mountain light 3-pin sight, a Hoyt integrated IMX rest, a 365 10-inch micro DVS stabilizer on the front, and then paired on the back was a Hoyt SL mount with an 8-inch micro DVS. It shot very well at 20 yards. It tuned really good, decent speeds out of it. I shot a couple of vanes off my own personal hunting arrow, so I'm actually really excited to see how it performs out in the field for 2022. Feel free to like and subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.